Hi, I'm Leanne. I'm a lightworker and a mother to 3 special girls. I strive to continue learning, growing, and to collect new skills. I'm a psychic medium, Reiki master teacher, and Akashic record reader and energy healer. I am so excited to share what I've learned and what I'm going to learn and the ups and downs of life. Thank you for joining me on my journey. Welcome to Life of a Lightworker podcast. Hello, thank you so much for joining me. This week I am pulling from the Angel Guide Oracle by Kyle Gray. And my intention for pulling this card is, what do you, the people who are listening, need to know at this moment in time? And when I pull cards, I focus on my heart and I imagine, I ask that the energy go through my heart and that the highest good comes through the cards. Okay, I shuffle. Oh, I had a couple come out here. Let me just see. Are both of these the card for today? I'm kind of leaning towards this one. Let me just double check. Okay, so I'm supposed to read both of them, but the one I'm supposed to read first is called Courage and Bravery. So I'm going to be reading from the book. Let me see. And this one is not... Oh, it's in alphabetical order. Well, that's nice. But it's not numbered. Okay, so the message is, you have the heart of a warrior. You want to do what's right, but it isn't always easy. Angels are surrounding you in the light of courage at this time and guiding you to do what you know deep down in your heart is right. Being brave isn't being about emotionless. The angels are reminding you that it's okay to feel, and your vulnerability will allow you to tap into an even greater inner strength. The angels are always willing to help you feel safe, guided, and guarded. So call in as much help as you need. This is a time to take ownership of your energy and in situations that could be making you feel less than good. And through your courage, you'll begin to attract experiences of being respected. And the extended message is, your angels are here to remind you that your soul cannot be tarnished or harmed. It's the only part of your essence that always remains whole, healed, and complete. So if you are feeling the need to defend yourself at this time, angel wisdom is guiding you to back down. You don't need to protect yourself, especially when you have spiritual support. Call in the light of God, heaven, the angels to protect you. If you feel that you have made a mistake or have something that you need to share, be brave, take ownership of it, trust that living with integrity will always lead to the greatest possible unfolding of your life, and know that it's the best gift for you to give the world at this time is your truth. Beautiful. And I'm going to go ahead and read the other one from the book. This one is Take a Step Back. Okay. Your angels are guiding you to take a step back and reflect before proceeding further. There is an excitable and action-oriented energy around you at this time, but you are being encouraged to review the situation before making any moves. Remember that you are a sensitive being, and should the correct steps and intentions not be lined up, you could open yourself up to harsh energies or a situation that could be limiting your growth. In order to have the best experiences and a positive outcome, take some time now to meditate on your actions, intentions, visions, and goals. Call in your angels and invite them to guide you to make decisions that will be supportive of your expansion and highest good. The extended message. When you try to rush ahead and force something to happen, we can often miss signals, signs, and messages that are encouraging us to change course. If you have a big decision to make now, or in the midst of moving a project forward, Your angels are encouraging you to take a step back and breathe. What is for you won't go by you. Your angels are encouraging you to step into the energy of trust. So when you do so, you will draw universal energy and support to you. If you have concerns about another person or relationship, this card is guiding you to draw back and respect the space of others. Let this be the time of self-care and awareness. And when you step back, you let the universe step in. Okay, that's beautiful. Okay, so I see how they're tied together. So I feel like we need courage and bravery in order to take a step back. Because it takes courage and bravery to have trust in the universe. To lean back, take a step back, and step away from the action. I feel like we have been taught to continue having action and to keep yourself busy and keep plugging forward, keep pushing forward, push, grind. But we're being asked to take a step back and take a breath and see what happens. Let our life unfold. Let the path unfold. See what falls away when we're not working hard, grinding to keep something on the path. Does it stay? Does it fall away? Does something else come up? See how the things in your life change. So I feel like needing to say that it's not taking a step back and doing absolutely nothing. It's taking a step back and living moment by moment. What feels good at the moment, I'm going to follow that. What is my heart calling me to do in the moment? What feels truthful to me in the moment? And responding in the moment as things go. It's not stopping. It's just not pushing forward. It's responding to the universe moment by moment instead of pulling and chugging away and just charging forward. So there's a bit of a difference. And let me see, what else is there for these cards? It's using your inner magic, your inner alchemy, to connect to the outer universal alchemy and having that as your communication. So leaning into your intuition, leaning into those little nudges and those little inklings. And if you are at a place where maybe you don't really know your intuition very well, taking some time to be still and quiet enough so that you can get to know yourself and get to know your intuition is really, we're invited to do that. And let me see, one thing we all know is joy, happiness, fun, excitement. Even if we don't experience it that much now, we most likely experienced it as a kid or at some point in our lives where there was something that was fun. And we have that feeling in ourselves. So when we feel it, we can remember. It's not something that's completely foreign to us. So letting those little bits of excitement, those little sparks, the little bits of happiness or joy or that satisfaction that you feel. It's like that calmness, that like where that exhale. I feel like looking for those moments, or not looking, being open to those moments. And when you're being invited to have those moments, allowing yourself to have them. So I feel we're not pushing and we're not resisting. We're not running. It's being into the moment as much as possible. That's what I feel we're being called to be. And let me see. What else? Yeah, being in the energy of allowing the things that don't serve you to fall away. I feel like that's really tricky when it comes to actually doing it in practice. It's one thing to read it and hear it and say, yeah, I want the things that aren't good for me to fall away. But when they actually happen, we tend to hold on to them because that's what we know. That's what we're safe with. That's what we're comfortable with, because that's what we've had. So to have them be removed and moving into the unknown can feel more scary. So we hold on to those things. So taking time to try to be safe, to, how can we I feel like leaning into the safety. Talking to your guides, your higher self on a daily basis is going to be very helpful in helping you feel more safe, supported, guided. It's going to be easier to allow things to unfold as they will when you feel like you're not all alone. Because I feel like that is a big factor, is people feeling like they're all alone. And sometimes we know we're not alone. Like, we know we have guides and angels and yada, yada, yada. But when you don't have regular communication, when you don't have a relationship, it feels like they're not there. Just like physical relationships. If you have a friend, you know they're your friend, but you haven't seen them for 10 years. Are they really your friend still? A parent that you don't talk to, well, you don't have a relationship with them. You don't feel safe. You don't feel comfortable with them because you don't have a relationship. Therefore, when you communicate with your guides on a regular basis, and it's okay if it feels one-sided. If you're talking to them and you don't notice their responses, that's okay. It's getting into the habit of talking to them. And through time, you can start to realize how your body feels as you're talking to them, after you're talking to them. If what you're talking to them about, something in your life, aligns with what you talked about, or you see some synchronicities, you start to feel that connection more deeply through your life throughout your day. So I really encourage you, if you haven't already, to talk to your guides every day. That could happen many different ways. You could be writing, you could just be talking out loud, you could be talking in your mind, more like a daydream type situation. There's so many different ways to do it. You can do oracle cards, tarot cards. You can do so many different things that will help you connect with your spirit team and essence yourself as well. So let me see, what's one thing? What's one tool that'd be very helpful for the people listening to connect to their spirit team? Okay, so one thing I got was an image. So a lot of people, when they think about talking to their higher self or their guides, they're sending the information up, or they're thinking up, bringing it to, imagine it going to the heavens, to the skies. But that's not really the way that they're asking me to explain it to you. Think of yourself as a cloud, a bubble, a bunch of energy around you. And the energy of your guides is in that area around you. So it's really not that far away. If you stick your arm out, that's the energy of one guide. And another direction, you stick your arm out, that's the energy of another guide, and so on and so forth. If you imagine it like that all the way around you, really close to you in your protective energy bubble, it's easier to feel like they're with you instead of way somewhere else. Because while they are somewhere else, they also have the ability to bring their energy here with you. And when they choose to be your spirit guide, they're choosing to have their energy with you all the time. They're always with you. They're always around you. So imagining it like a rainbow cloud all the way around you, and each color of the rainbow is a different guide. Or you can picture it any way you like. And imagine that energy moving and swirling, and the energy of each one interacting with you. And you could very well assign a color to each guide, You can ask each guide what color they want to be represented as. You can just come up with the first color that pops into your mind. It all will work. There's no right or wrong. And if it's super, 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 super wrong, you'll get the impression that it's not right and do something else. Or they don't care. So it's not that big of a difference. Not that big of a deal. It's no big difference. So imagine the way that's showing it to me is that the energy for me, I see on my right side, I see a blue and it's swirling and the energy is moving through my heart and moving through my energy. And as it's doing that, I feel it moving down my back and down through my leg, and it's pulling energy and moving energy. And it's drawing my attention to certain areas in my body. So listen to how your body feels, what thoughts you have when you interact with that energy. It doesn't have to be anything that is visual or sounds. It could very well just be, oh, I'm got some pins and needles in this area. I have pressure in this area. And listening to how your body feels is going to be very helpful for this exercise. And off topic, since I was sick for that month, my lungs have not fully recovered. I need to do some breathing exercises this week because it's difficult to talk for long periods of time on the same breath where I don't usually have this problem. So anyways, something I got to do with, Okay, let me see if there's any more last messages for this episode. Yeah, and when you connect to your guides, you learn how to trust yourself a little bit more and trust the energy around you, becoming more sensitive or attuned to that energy. And then it's easier to live in the moment and not have to plan ahead or worry ahead or push ahead because you are trusting in yourself, trusting in your guides, your team, the universe. It makes it easier to do that when you have that communication between all those energies. So the encouragement is to connect every day. And if you're already doing that, that's amazing. I would suggest trying maybe a different technique. Try a different way of doing it so that you can grow your wheelhouse, grow your experiences. Maybe you've become very second nature with how you connect. Well, let's mix it up. Let's try something new. Let's not get stuck in these patterns that are so rigid. So trying to be more flexible is encouraged. It makes it easier to flow with the energies and saying yes when you need to and saying no when you need to in the moment without planning too far ahead. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me. If you would like to contact me, you can visit my website, spruceenergyhealing.com. And with my business, I do one-on-one intuitive readings. I do distant question readings called the Flash Insight reading, and I also do quantum healing hypnosis. I do QHHT and BQH, and they can be done in person in Spruce Grove, or they can be done on Zoom anywhere in the world. And yeah, if you are interested in any of those or would love to learn more about me, you can visit my website or my Instagram or my YouTube or Facebook or TikTok, all Spruce Energy Healing. Have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you next time.